Hey Cancers, welcome to 8 of Cups Tarot. I am just doing a really quick energy update reading for mid-April. See how things are going for you guys. I hope you guys had a really nice Easter. You know, I'd say I hope you enjoyed your time off, but I think some of us are kind of getting a little exhausted from all the time off. That's how I'm feeling lately. And it's not even necessarily that I have a lot of time off. In fact, I've been extremely busy. I don't even know if I've been productive. I'm a Virgo, so me left alone in a house for too long is a dangerous situation. I'm running low on cleaning supplies. I've moved my furniture 700 different ways. I mean, it's exhausting. And I don't know why I'm rambling on about this. Maybe you guys are in the same kind of energy, but I kind of just want things to get back to normal. And in fact, I don't even want things to get back to normal. I just want everything to be so different than this. Does that make sense? I just want it to be different than this. I don't know. Maybe my Cancers are looking for some excitement. You know, Cancers are typically pretty happy at home. But, you know, too much of a good thing, which is always, you know, around when Jupiter and Pluto are together, too much of a good thing, man. Too much. Ooh, these cards, similar cards just came out for Capricorn, which is weird. All right, they're calling me to do a little bit of a different kind of a spread for you. I don't know, I feel like this is relationship. This is revolving a relationship, I think. Your energy is coming out as a Six of Wands in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Somebody is going through a major transformation with their ego. Okay, and your card coming out in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles upright. I feel stubbornness here. And Cancer, I'm not sure which one you are. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be vice versa. I'm just gonna go with the flow here. So there's an energy of someone who's getting a real upgrade in their ego. And I feel like someone is searching for attention in all the wrong places. I feel like, you know, maybe some internet flirting or something going on is kind of bordering inappropriate. But you know, if that's your partner, yeah. So if this is your partner, you know, it's really creating an issue for you because you've got the Chariot in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like you want to walk away from this. And I feel like it's rather hasty, and I feel like you're coming across as really judgmental here. Now, stick with me, Cancer. It's not, you know, the kind of behavior is not okay. I'm just explaining the energy here. You know, Aries season and Venus about to go retrograde. You might feel like you're making the right decision. It may come out hasty and sudden, like you've got to make a move or walk away from something rather quickly. And the only reason I say slow down a minute is because there might be understandings here, misunderstandings. There might be something more that you need to see. It's like you're willing to walk away from stability rather hastily. Now, the energy between you two is, I feel like lost hope. Not willing to forgive, holding on to the past quite a bit. And the Five of Swords is just all mental conflict, and that's coming from your side. So your person might feel bad about a situation in which, I don't know if it was an affair. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not seeing like Three of Cups or, anything like that. It just might have been allowing their ego to kind of serve them in a negative way. Dealing with an addiction issue or something, or having to admit that something had control over them, and kind of having to own up to it, and kind of, I get the feeling of feeling ashamed here. And so this person is showing up as having like no sense of hope that it could work out. And I think between you both, you're feeling very conflicted. You're feeling conflicted in whether to stay or go. I think you're feeling conflicted in whether you're going to be able to forgive a situation. And there's greediness here too, If you're staying in a situation and putting up with that behavior, because of finances, well, that karma is going to bite you in the ass. So, but I don't really pick up that situation, but I'm just throwing it out there. The High Priestess popping out tells me that there's more that's coming to the surface. And yeah, this is the energy that I'm talking about. So I see it like a big change for this person. It's coming out as a King of Cups in reverse. So telling me that they have a hard time receiving love. Now, I don't know if it's because of something they've done wrong or, I'm getting it because I said I didn't see like a Three of Cups or anything like a cheating scenario. So listen here. I think that this person has some self-esteem issues. They don't see themselves clearly, and I think that they're a lot of negative self-talk. Okay, and I think it's causing stagnation. Maybe because there's so much potential in this relationship. Like, the both of you know it could be so rewarding, but you just keep going back to these old places. And I think you're both carrying your own energy that needs to be kind of released and let go of at this time. This High Priestess is saying you've got to purge this Four of Pentacles, all this crap that you hold on to that kind of keeps you stagnant, and it kind of keeps you from moving forward in your life. The King of Cups is just somebody who's just not able to receive or give love. There's conditions with their love. So, maybe they're coming from a place where they're fearing judgment, or they're fearing abandonment issues there too. Like, somebody wouldn't love them unconditionally. Again, there's a lot of self-esteem, self-deserving kind of issues going on this side of the table, is that you or your partner, and this is where things are getting really held up at. And when you don't feel like you're deserving of love, you can't give love, right? And then You've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, meaning you're kind of looking back at the work that you've put in or the efforts you put in relationships. Maybe they are reviewing what they have done and realizing that they could have worked harder. They could have done things better. They could have tried to understand things better. They could have been more explorative. I think they realized that they cut off things at an emotional level. They weren't willing to dig into things on an emotional level and explore and understand where they were coming from or where you were coming from. But right now they're coming out of that energy, that Five of Cups energy in reverse with the Three of Wands. So they're actually starting to come out of this, and they're stepping into an energy of seeing more potential for the future, which is really beautiful. Let's take a look at where you're at. Where are your energies going here? Cancer, I feel like this is you with a Chariot card in reverse. I just feel like you're really back and forth, you know, and this could be an ego thing for you as well, because this could be a test in the conditions in how you love other people. You know, are you willing to accept, you know, maybe it's just not perfect. Maybe you have to accept this person and forgive them. You know, Cancer, that could be hard because you have a hard time forgetting things. You know. This person might be coming back to you, Cancer. You may have ended things with this person, and they may be coming back. Okay, so if this person stepped out of the relationship to be with someone else or explore other options, or if they just didn't feel like they could be in a relationship, you know, it doesn't have to be an affair. It doesn't have to be that nasty. This is just energy. So, like, it's up to you guys on how nasty and awful it was. But there's clearly a break between two people, and I think there's an opportunity for coming back together. And I feel like an apology or something is coming your way, or communication in which, you know, quite honestly, the person's just not happy without you, I think, is the Three of Cups in reverse. I think that in the time in which, because I get a Three of Wands here is sense of loneliness, and things seem lonely. Like, look how dry and boring life looks. Like, the Two of Wands and Three of Wands is always so different, and there's so many different ways to interpret them, so it all depends on their surrounding cards and just intuitively what I'm picking up from them. But I just want to point something out. You know, this person seemed to have given up hope at some point for the two of you to be together. Just not seeing how it would be possible. Oh, I wish you could see that better. This card in the upright, though, like if they were focused on manifesting, like if you look and see like how lush this is, there's mountains, there's water, there's grass, there's fertility, there's growth there. There's just so much potential and possibility and beauty, and the way that he just holds all these opportunities in his hands, like you could have anything that you want. That's that Two of Wands energy. It's really beautiful. But by not seeing that, by not seeing how beautiful the connection could be, in kind of losing hope or giving up or not wanting to do the work that it was going to take, you know, not doing the emotional investment of things. Look at the difference. This is what life is like for them without you, Cancer, or vice versa if you're a cross watcher. But this is what life is like. It's just kind of dry and boring, and realize there's no fertility there. It's like a dry desert. Very little can grow, very little can thrive. It's hot and it's dry, and oh my gosh, as I'm saying that, I feel like how you get your throat gets dry and you can't talk. It's funny that I'm getting that message. So I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to tell you that they're just not happy without you. Maybe they thought the grass was greener on the other side, and it turns out it wasn't green at all. And there's going to be a message that they want to break down this wall between the two of you. Ask you for forgiveness, maybe. They want to drop the conflict. You got the Hierophant in reverse. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. We're at almost 17 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so I just think this is further messages that this person wants you to understand that, you or them, somebody, there was a lack of, again, fighting for it. Like somebody didn't want to do the work for it, and then when that person walked away, somebody didn't want to fight for it. And it was just a complete walking away from a commitment. And with the High Priestess card and the Hierophant coming out, there's no doubt this is a really important connection, Like this is like a divinely orchestrated connection. You're supposed to learn things from each other. You're very much supposed to be together in this lifetime to learn these lessons together. And in walking away, Justice card in reverse, it was a wrong decision. It was a wrong decision to walk away from this. So let's ask what's going to come of this situation. Okay, balls in your court, Cancer. Watch your thoughts. You're manifesting. So if you walk into this believing that you two can get back together, you accept the apology, you decide you're going to work on things, yes, absolutely, it's a possibility. But it's going to take real commitment on your part, okay? You have to use all of the things that you know. You have to exercise that unconditional love. You have to think positively. If you are accepting an apology from this person and saying, all right, let's give this a shot, then you can't fall into those old ways and those old habits of assuming it's all going to fall apart again. Like, you can't do that Cancer thing where you're like, sure, I'll give it a shot, but we both know it's just going to fall apart. You're going to do the same things over and over again. If you go into it with that level of belief, then that's exactly what you're going to get from the situation. So the Magician card tells me that anything is possible. And what you give, you will receive. What you invest, they will invest. You could follow each other's leads right now, like make a plan, and you could accomplish anything. I mean, holy shit, you're the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Like, that's the highest level of power couple there could be. Those are the embodiment of all of the lessons. You can be an older couple that's been through maybe a lot of stuff in life. Maybe you've been through a lot of emotional relationship drama. Like, maybe both of you have kind of been there, done that, own the t-shirt, like the game. And now like you got to get over your own baggage and fix yourselves before you could walk into this stuff. I feel like there's a high level of maturity coming from this situation, and the universe is just saying, You know, you're going to create the same scenarios over and over again if you keep going at them the same way. If you change your beliefs, if you change your belief in what the potential is, then that could be very well what the outcome becomes. And that you do have to tear down that wall, Cancer. Like, you cannot say, yes, let's do this, let's get back together, and then throw that wall up and never let those people in, and not talk about how you feel, and not revisit the subject, and not revisit it like I'm going to throw it in your face. Not like, you know, you come down the stairs on a Monday morning and you stub your toe and you're having a shitty day and your partner left dinner dishes out, and all of a sudden you walk back into the bedroom and you're like, oh my God, remember that time when you said such and such to so-and-so? Like, and dragging all that old stuff in just because you're having a bad moment. Like, you have to be responsible too, Cancer. You have to be responsible about what you're contributing to the situation as well. There has to be accountability on both parts. Equal players, like, it's not a game anymore. You know, you have you, and then you have the other person, and then there's a separate relationship. There's a separate energy, which is a relationship. You know, there's 3 different energies. It's one person, and then the other person, and then the energy of what they bring together. And you have to be conscious of what you're putting together, because it's what you're creating with. So if you're coming together with always wanting to attack somebody, or always assuming they're going to do the worst, so they're going to let you down again, you know, I mean, you're just making this, you're beating this person up. You're not making yourself feel any better, and there's no room for growth. You're just stuck in a stagnant situation of pointing out everybody else's faults because maybe you're not willing to look at your own. Oh, I said it. Yes, I did. There might be some going within. There might have to be some swallowing of your pride and realizing that maybe there's more that was contributed by you forcing this person to do some pretty stupid stuff, and that it really is, it's all about both of you, and you both have to be accepting of the consequences and accepting of the work it's going to take to rebuild it if that's what you want to do. Maybe not, though. Maybe that Hierophant in reverse. Maybe you don't want to go. Maybe you don't want to, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. But take it easy on this person, okay? They really are sorry. I want to get an animal card for each energy. You know, I get the feeling like this person's going through their own, like, a shit ton of transformation, and so are you. And I say that, I feel like I've been saying that so much in all these readings lately, like, we're all going through this metamorphosis in our lives. Like, seriously, we're all going through these major transitional phases, and we're all changing. And when we change, our vibration changes, and then our relationships change. And either people have to step up and get back on the same vibration, or relationships fall apart and you move on. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong either way. It just is what it is. And the worst thing that you could do is being stuck, not moving on. The 4 of Pentacles energy. I don't want to stay, but I don't want to go. I'm just going to sit right here and not let you know what I want to do yet. And the other person says, well, should I have hope? And you say, well, no, you're an ass. I'm never going to be back together with you. And he says, okay, well, then why are you here? Just to remind you you're an ass. Like, stop beating this person up. Because ultimately, if you keep attacking like that, they're going to give up. They're going to walk away. And then you're going to be sad. Like, your person just pulled the card of the unicorn. Wow. I so lit up with that moon energy too, Cancer. Like, you might be dealing with somebody else. Maybe another Cancer, or just somebody who's like super activated right now the astrology, you know, like I said, there's major like awakening and spiritual growth that this person's going through as well. You know, and I think you could be a part of that, and I think it could be a really beautiful thing if you were willing to be a part of that. I don't know, they're not giving me another card for you. All right, well, you know what? Let's just read this unicorn really quick, because maybe that's the power of both of you together. Again, just cannot make light of the fact that the High Priestess and the Hierophant came out together. Let's check it out. Maybe there's something you need to hear. Unicorn, reconnecting to higher wisdom and divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. I don't know, Cancer. This feels like a real spiritual union, and they tend to call for a lot of forgiveness. You know, when you're in those kinds of relationships, it's all about relinquishing the ego more so than ever, and just really believing in love. You know, love is divinity. Our relationships with others, when you truly love someone else, you look at the way that you love your children, those are all forms of divinity. They're all forms in how we love ourselves. How much we love ourselves is how much we love other people. And so when you enter into these kinds of relationships, you could be poked and prodded, and it could feel painful and raw, because you have to work through some stuff to get to the level you need to be at in order to do the work that this union wants you to do. I just wouldn't make any big decisions right now, Cancer. And if you're feeling bitter, keep your mouth shut. Only participate in really healthy, clean communication. And, you know, I think this person's going to come clean with you. They're going to come right. They're going to talk. They're going to be mature. And I think you got to step up and be mature too. And if you say you're going to get back together, that you want to work on things, and you got to really exercise that unconditional love. It cannot be conditional at all. So it's not a game. There's a lot of work for both people to do. And there's no winner or loser. Like, you're both equal and you start from scratch. Leave the past behind and embrace for the true potential in the future. Drop your defenses big time. Drop the walls, both of you. I think deep down both of you know this is a really special, once-in-a-lifetime kind of energy kind of relationship that you're in, and don't piss it away on pride and ego. Just don't do that. You'll regret it. All right, guys. Big messages, I know. All right. I will be seeing you next week in some way, shape, or form, and then you'll be getting your May videos. Take care, Cancer. I wish you the best of luck. Bye.